Hey everyone, Todd here. Just want to talk to you today. Yesterday I was talking with a friend of mine. Her name is Brooke, a real good friend. Glad to know her. And she was volunteering to help me out on Guardians by promoting it in Canada. So go Canada, Canadians, yay! Uh, and we just got talking about it. She was asking me if I was doing all right. And I was like, yeah, I'm just tired. I'm stressed, as I usually always am. Yeah. And and she goes, well, as long as it's worth it, that's okay, right? I mean, you're making your comic, you're doing more than other people are doing. You've got 6 issues out, right? And I started thinking about it, and she's absolutely right. She is. This is absolutely worth it to me. Yes, I'm stressed, but it's not because of the comic, or not mostly because of the comic. I have a day job that stresses me out, but whatever. Um, I honestly cannot imagine my life right now without Guardians. And that's just the truth of the matter. I mean, for those of you who don't know, I want me to refresh your minds. Guardians was an idea I've had for years, literally. It started out as a short story, then became a movie idea I wanted to do. Uh, and then when I was in Chicago, I thought maybe I should make this a comic book. But time went on. I didn't have an artist, didn't know what to do. Then I went to this job that was, in my opinion, the worst job I've ever had. It was very physical, very time consuming. I mean, I was working 12, 13, 14-hour days, and I was I was miserable. I was barely doing anything outside of work and, the few things I did on the weekend. And I was like, I needed something, right? And I had something. It's Avatar: Spirit of Earth. I wrote a chapter every week, and that kept me going. But it just wasn't enough. I mean, I love that story, and I love writing it and everything, but I needed more. And then I looked at my bank account one day, and I realized I had, like, I'm not gonna say how much, but I had a lot. And I was like, Todd, if you're not gonna make this comic book now, when you have all this money in here to try, you're never gonna do it. So I sat down, I put up a couple ads, and I found my artist. I found the Chua, who helped make Guardians Number Zero, and then obviously I found Alex Garcia, who has been with me ever since. And we made comics, and we made 4 of them, pretty much back to back. There's a delay, like 3 months for number 3, and then I stopped for like 6 months because I wasn't getting anywhere. I wasn't selling enough. I wasn't getting enough, and I couldn't afford it. And so I guess at the point that there was a question, was it worth it? And I still would have said yes. And then now here I am. I'm got Guardians number 4 out. I got Guardians number 5 coming. Uh, I'm already getting ready to write the scripts for Guardians number 6 and 7. And the question comes back to me, nothing's truly changed if you really think about it. I only have a very small fan base. I have people who are supporting me as best they can, through whether verbal commitments or just verbal praises. Todd's comic looks great. Keep doing what you're doing. You got to keep pushing. You got to keep going, and that's what I'm going to do. I can't stop. It's okay. Yeah, there is a couple situations where I could stop, but I'm not going to. And the reason is that I can't stop for the simple reason that there'd be no point to my life if I didn't. Yeah, I know I kind of got a little serious right there, but I am serious. I mean, for me, the way my mind works, I need something. I need something to keep going. I have television. Yeah, I love my shows. I play video games a lot. I work for 2 different websites writing content. But for me, something to call mine, Guardians is kind of all I got. And that's not an insult. It's not an insult to my life. It's not saying, "Oh, woe is me." It's just the way it is. I have Guardians, and I love Guardians, and I love writing Guardians. I love thinking about Guardians. I love thinking about the stories. Like, just the next arc alone, I've already changed it a little because I had a great idea on how to make my character, the who's going to be the villainess for the arc, a little different than Phase or Tempest. And I'm like, that's a great idea, and I am pumped to write, and that's what keeps me going. That's what, when I have a bad day at work, can say, you know, this is all going to Guardians, and this is going to help Guardians continue, and this is going to help you, you know, one day. And my goal is in April when C2E2 comes around, I hope to have the next 2 issues done, which I think is an able goal because I want to show them off. Because last year I went there with 4 issues, 0 through 3, and now I want to go there with 4 through 7, and show them off and say, hey, I was here last year. That's what I did. This is what I've done in the years since. What do you think? Now, do I think I'll get a job at Marvel, DC, or Image, or Dark Horse? Probably not. But if I can go there, I applied for Artist Alley, so I can show off my stuff to new fans. I'm hoping to go to more cons, if I can afford it. But for me, there is no. What's the best way to say it? If I stop now, like truly stop, because I don't think it's worth it. First of all, I'm telling myself that the last, gosh, year and a half of my life has been meaningless because I wrote the comics in that amount of time. I did all the promoting. I joined Facebook and Twitter. It's something I said I would never do for Guardians. I wouldn't have reconnected with friends, which I did because of Guardians. Wouldn't have met new friends like Brooke, which I met because of, actually I met her because of Smash Brothers, but that's another story. All of my new friends I've met because of Guardians, I would have said that's meaningless. So you can ask me, Todd, is it worth it? I mean, you're not getting anywhere. You're not making the money. You're not going to the cons that you want to go. And you're right, I'm not right now. I haven't, but I'm still going. I'm still functioning, and I'm still writing, as you know, just showed you here. And yeah, there's been some bumps in the road, and there's been some setbacks, and things I've wanted to happen didn't happen, and things I still want to happen haven't happened yet. But I can't give up on this. That's not what I do. Anyone who knows me knows I have a philosophy when it comes to my ideas, and that I will run full speed to an idea until I hit a wall. And if I cannot climb that wall, then I'll stop. I've had numerous ideas that I've hit the wall at, and then I've had others like Avatar, like anyone who knows me, I'm writing Shazam scripts, hoping that DC will pick them up one day. I'm still writing them. Just actually finished my 37th script. Yes, I just said 37 scripts. You're welcome. And I haven't hit the wall now. In fact, Spirit of Earth, I'm actually trying to grow it so this will become a movement. Topic for another day, but I'm still going. Shazam, still writing when I can. And Guardians, I haven't hit the wall yet. Yeah, I've fell down a few times, but I've kept going, 3 to 4 was 6, 7 months gap, but we're still making it. We're going to keep going. Alex, who I honestly can say I will not be here without him. Alex did not do and is doing what he's doing now. I would not be here, and my wall would have been insurmountable. But Alex has been with me. He's the best artist I could ever have. That is no joke. I will put Alex's art against anyone at DC, Marvel, Image, or Dark Horse. Bet on that, because he's that awesome. I could not imagine him not doing. Sorry, I can't imagine Guardians without Alex. So I'm just grateful to have him, and everything I do, try and sell. It really, honestly, is as much for him as it is for me, because I'm not paying him what I believe he deserves. But he's still doing it anyway because he loves Guardians just as much as I love Guardians, which is what you want in an artist and a team. And so I'm going to keep going because it is worth it to me, because I do love my comics. I have characters that I cannot wait to show you. I have characters that in stories I can't wait to tell you. I'm looking at the comic right now because they mean something to me. These characters mean something to me. These are characters and stories that I want to tell people because I think they're going to have an impact on you one way or another. I mean, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I have stories about relationships. They really express the views I have about it. We have stories about family coming up, true stories about family coming up. And I think it's going to be powerful in many, many ways. But if I stop, they're never gonna exist outside of the concept art I have, outside of the stories in my mind that I have. And that would be a tragedy to me, that you would not get to meet some of these characters. And it's worth it to try and keep going. It's worth it to keep moving on, even if, you know, I only sell one issue every time a comic releases. I have someone, right? Right? If as long as I have that one person buying my comic, one person saying, Todd, you can keep going with this, you can keep doing this, you should keep doing this, that's enough for me. People tell me they like Guardians, so I keep going. I like Guardians, Alex likes Guardians, so I keep going. Because it's worth it to me. Guardians is worth it to me. And if one day I make the big time, I don't know if I will or not, but if I do, I can honestly say that I did it because I did not give up on Guardians, because I knew it's worth to me in my life, what I'm doing, what I want to do, and that's enough for me. Because I'm a dreamer. Anyone who knows me knows that I dream a lot, and I want to do a lot. I want to write a lot. I want to write video games. I want to write TV shows. I want to write comic books. I want to write movies. And you gotta start somewhere, right? And it started with Spirit of Earth, but then it became Guardians, and then Shazam, and you know, whoever else or whatever else comes my way next. A website to do websites next. And you know, you gotta keep, if you don't keep going, what's the point? So, as I wrap up this, wow, 12-minute video. Sorry about that. Like to ramble, I guess. I just want to thank you, anyone who's watching this video, because I know 12 minutes of me talking probably gonna be on 13 minutes by the time I'm done. Is not the most entertaining thing in the world. But I thank you for your support. I thank you for hopefully saying you like Guardians, you know. And I just want to say I'll let you know I'm not going to give up, because the wall is not high enough for me to not climb. Things have not gotten so bad to where I can't keep doing it. And I will not stop until I believe that Guardians either can't go on or there's no more stories to tell. And anyone who talks to me knows I have plenty of stories to tell. So, thank you again. I hope you'll pay attention to our Facebook page or Twitter feed and everything else so that you'll stay in the loop about Guardians. And it's worth it. And if you have a dream like I have with Guardians and you want to pursue it and you think it's worth it, do it. Find a way. Because when you hold your thing in your hand, or you see it on your screen and you feel the joy of seeing it completed and knowing that your vision has come to life, that's when you'll know it's worth it. And I can hold this in my hand saying I went from an idea to concept art to now this is the 5th issue and 6th is coming up. So it's worth it. So believe in yourself, believe in your dream, believe in the Guardians, and go get it. So until next time, I'm Todd Black, and I'll see you around.